the struggling parents, the families, the teachers, the students that are realizing that a system built to divide, impoverish, and destroy us cannot stand if we do it. All right? It's kind of basic mathematics.
If you hear me, could you feel me, would you free me? Wonder if I made a difference or made a difference. Bump that, we are the difference. We ain't got no code to decipher. Brother, I would never call you trife. You my brother, though they knife and fork our meals, then cop the silly feels. Yep, it's slimy, kinda grimy, miscalculated the timing. But you can plagiarize something in disguise and think we have no eyes to see something real as we. This is seriously who we be. See, this here is true indeed, the real deal, thoroughbred, like collard greens and cornbread. Can't recite what's never said, purpose keeps us fed. Real man, this is grand A, hope fed. But still, you are my brother, above you there's no other. Blood or something other, more like what the blood covers. Man, no matter what they say, we good over this way. This is positivity in the making, helping brothers to break through. Without breaking, without breaking, without breaking, without breaking. What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
It's good people.
It's Thursday.
So you know what that means.
It's Brother Empowerment time.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, this is like the first episode this whole season we've been by ourselves.
Yes, you're right. That's true.
So it only seemed befitting to have our finale to be just us.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about that?
It actually feels very apropos, man. Feels very apropos. Like we really have had, and don't be wrong, the guests have been amazing. But it has been, like you said, it has been this whole year. We've had nothing but guests and people that are in the network that we've been supporting and really just tapped in with. And now we just here, just about to get into some usual shenanigans.
So what would be your most memorable show this season?
Oh man, that would be doing some of the other ones a disservice, man. I would say one that sticks out was...
You better not be political either.
No. See, there's so many that I like for real, that I love, really, actually. The one with Nadia and Darren.
That's probably your favorite.
Man, the way Nadia hit them notes, man. Who else? The episodes.
It's funny because you really don't like singing like that.
Yeah, I don't like musicals, but I love hearing people just sing, or sang, as some people say. Mm-hmm. The episodes where we had... the whole entire panel, Maurice, Yogi, Latasco, both episodes were monumental. You cried on one episode and I cried on the other.
Why you didn't bring it up?
I'm just saying, those that stuck out to me.
No, I cried. I don't know what that was that you did. Huh? I don't know what was coming out. I don't know what was coming out over there. You had some stuff going on over there, but everything else would be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about you, bro? What was your favorite?
My favorite episode is a toss-up between when we had Aaliyah and her husband on the first time.
Yep. Man, Todd, yeah.
And Aaliyah and Todd on the first time. And then I would say it probably was... No, see, it's a tie between the Yogi Crew one and when we had Kate, Lenora, and Tracy on.
Yeah.
So I think it's somewhere in there. Those are my top three. I don't know which one is my number one.
Yeah, it's hard.
Those are my top three.
Yeah.
So y'all who've been watching, tell us what your top... Okay, we'll give y'all top five.
Yeah.
You can do top five. I'm going to go with top three.
Mm-hmm.
But how was your week other than that?
Bro, this week was amazing, man. Of course, the whole manifest for Juneteenth was amazing. Mm-hmm. You did your thing. A bunch of other, Ahmed, Main Man, Shane Gang, Lakeisandra, Alex, everybody everybody that was involved really came together and made it such a dope event. And I actually have never really been involved with Juneteenth festivities or celebrations like that. This was actually my first year attending or being at anything like that. And it was amazing. And I couldn't have been at a more fitting event, so.
But I will pause because I remember last year when we talked about Black in August.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to do something for Juneteenth this year.
I did.
And look how you spoke it. I ended up doing it. But It's okay.
I did want to do something. Yep. And I ended up going there. And it was a great time. So spending time with my nieces and you and Sis and Ahmed and Noor and the kids and stuff like that. It's been an amazing week, man. It's been really just fun. I had to double down, of course, on the cooking and the eating and stuff, man, because like yesterday after I worked out, I realized I didn't have anything to eat at home. And I was like, I don't want to cook anything. I'm just going to go eat out. So that was my only real trying moment this week. Other than that, it's been good, man.
So what did you eat?
Hibachi.
Okay. So that's not bad.
Yeah, I went to hibachi. So, but yeah, I'm also just glad we're taking a break, man. I've been looking forward to that. We're going to miss y'all for that month, but I've been looking forward to this since you announced it, man.
Oh, really? Shout out to all the liars that keep lying.
But how was your week, bro?
Hey, little lie box.
Since we announced it. I've been looking forward since we announced it.
I'm a little lie box. Look at me. My week actually has been somewhat of a trying week. Mm-hmm. There have been some good things, but I struggled today. Today I struggled with feeling I felt like a failure today. Mm-hmm. So I was struggling with that a little bit. Like you, I did enjoy the Juneteenth, the Manifest event. It was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. You guys can check it out. It's all on our Facebook pages. It's all on Love is a Parable. It's all on YouTube. You can look at Manifest Fuquay. Check it out. It's actually really a lot of dope performances, a lot of dope artists. So definitely go check that out. So that was amazing. Yep. Then I had round 2 of a celebration because Ricky had a Juneteenth celebration that evening at his house.
Yep.
And it was nice because he got me outside. Mm-hmm. And I don't do outside, but I came ready. Yep. I had my seats, which I still left at his house. Mm-hmm. But I had my citronella candles. Yeah. And we were good. And so we that was pretty good. We stayed for about 2 hours, but we were completely exhausted. I bet. Oh, and then the in-between dinner with Ahmed and his family, then you and Rashida. Yep. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was good for the soul.
And we were in downtown Fuquay.
Yep.
Look at you.
Yeah.
He might be moving to the burbs, Ricky. He might be moving to the burbs.
Oh yeah.
So that was actually pretty dope. Mm-hmm. So we got some people that are already on. So let's go ahead and highlight them. You ready?
Yeah, we got Sean and YouTube. Oh, had the chance to meet Sean in person.
Yep, he in one of those pictures somewhere.
Yeah, man, that was amazing. Sean, shout out to you, man. But yeah, we have Sean in YouTube land. We got Mama Garnett is on. Hey, Mom. We got Ahmed is on. He said we back soon as he put the kids back.
Love you too, bro.
Love you too, man. We got Deshaun on.
Hey, Deshaun.
What's up, bro? So I don't know. Sean, we got Sean again. We got my Booski, aka She-Hulk. Hey, babe, Rashida, what's going on? We got Ricky is in the building, aka the Beard. Really? You know what?
Ricky doesn't lie. Shout out to all the truth tellers. Always telling the truth.
Mama Garnett, what I do? I didn't do nothing. What you mean?
She know you done turned into a little lie box. Yeah, and we got a few people that are viewing. If you're viewing, going to give a comment. I see Janelle was on. I'm trying to think who else was on. It's somebody else. Janelle is on. Who else? Who you see, bro? I can't see no more because it done started now.
All I see is Mama Garnett a couple times watching in and
out.
out.
Look at Peaches.
Hey, Peaches.
So, guys, the reason why we always do this is we want to make sure that this is a safe space for our men and their families. So here are some statistics to why this is important. Researchers have found that at least 1 in 6 men have experienced sexual abuse or assault whether in childhood or as adults. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner. Men top 5 fears: body image, money, height, other men, and being inexperienced. The percent of men aged 20 and over with obesity is 40.5. My crew, we got to do better. Men die by suicide 3.53 times more often than women, and the peak age is 45 to 49. 1 in 71 men have experienced rape or suffered an attempt within their lifetime. Men receive 63% longer sentences on average than women do. And women are twice as likely to avoid incarceration if convicted. So before we get into the discussion topics, bro, any questions or comments? Van on. What's up, bro?
What's up, Van, man? No, it's just, really, it just makes my mind go to as far, especially with the assault portion of that, how many incidents are not reported. And, there's a lot of, and of course, there's instances of women that are not reported as well. And you've mentioned it before that the numbers actually might be closer to equal if we are to count or even really get a number for the number of men that don't report what happens to them because of, how that makes them feel, societal conditioning. So that's what my mind goes to, especially with the last two, So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking to, I'm hoping that we can implement some things like when we take a break, which a lot of people don't realize. There are a couple of things that we're going to be focusing on while we're taking our break. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be our last one. We're going to take all of July off, and we're going to come back in August refreshed. So a couple of things that we think about is here are ways that you can support and also help. Mm-hmm. Like right now, we are running one of our classes. Yep. We're taking enrollment for that. You can go over to loveisapparable.com and check that out. Also, we're still looking for a developer because we want to do the Love is a Parable app. We met some roadblocks along the way, but we still want to push forward with that. And also, you can always give. Your donations are always going towards something, towards unity. We are a 501c3 organization, so your donations are 100%
tax write-off.
Tax deductible.
There you go. Yeah, hey, I was right there with you. I didn't know what to say.
I was like, what are we talking about here? Another huge thing is the fact that I'm a board member of now 2 different organizations, the Cultural Arts Society of Fuquay, who partner with Love is a Parable, partner with Brainstemology, and the Fuquay Chamber of Commerce, along with Renewed Covenant Christian Center, to bring the Juneteenth celebration, which is Manifest. So I'm a board member on there, but I'm also a board member on the Holly Springs Interfaith Alliance. So I want to find other ways to give back and support in that way. So there are a lot of good things that are happening that we really are going to be focusing on.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get into the first discussion.
We did that one. Yeah, those first.
We did this one.
Yeah, those first 2 we did last week.
How you let us do it, bro?
I didn't have a chance to say nothing.
You need to change your ways.
Okay, I will.
Men need a support system when dealing with non-custodial parents.
Well,
yes.
I'm going to defer to you.
No.
I don't even know where to begin with this.
I think men who are parents need a support system, period.
Right.
One of the things that I've realized is that when it comes to parent support or any type of parental support, it is usually couple leaning or leaning towards women. And it's not really helping. There are not too many outlets for men who are parents. And I also think that being a custodial parent is different than being a non-custodial parent. And there are some challenges that custodial parents face. And oftentimes we minimize some of the challenges that a non-custodial parent may face. And I do think that there needs to be some type of support system, not just for dealing with non-custodial parents, but also a support system strictly for non-custodial parents, because being away from your child, especially those who at one time were living in a house with their children is totally different. And I have seen some people really, really take it hard.
Yeah.
And I think that there needs to be something in place to help our brothers and to help really the children to really have some sense of normalcy or some balance when dealing with non-custodial parents. So I really think there needs to be a support system out there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know that I know some single fathers, and I know that, like you said, there isn't the same tools that parents have is geared towards women. I know, those fathers don't really say anything because they may feel ashamed, or they may feel like they're not being tough or doing what they need to do or handling their responsibilities well if they say, hey, I need help, or I need a support system, or I'm struggling. You know what I mean? So yeah, I agree with you, bro, for sure.
Well, I think that a lot of people don't even know how to deal with. I think struggling is something you have to acknowledge first. And sometimes you don't even know that you're struggling until sometimes it's too late or somebody else recognizes that struggle.
Yeah.
And I think that we have to work with helping people, not say necessarily that you're struggling, but identify that there may be opportunities to strengthen the support or leverage that type of support that they have. Rashia said, we need more support for men who are custodial parents, mentally, physically, emotionally, and if we can, financially. I never heard of community groups that help with this.
Oh, wow, that's a good point. Yeah.
It is. And to be honest, those are some of the things that I really want us to spend time leveraging and trying to figure out ways to do things that are non-conventional or unconventional.
Yeah.
Unconventional, non-conventional. Non-conventional?
Yeah,
non-conventional.
Yeah.
And so I want to be in a place where we'll continue to do those things because somebody needs it. And one of the things that has been happening is we've been foolish to think that people can do stuff on their own, and then that people are strong phenomenon.
Yep.
I hate that strong friend phenomenon because all it does is cause more issues.
Yeah.
And it also belittles what a person is going through because you feel like you can navigate through, oh, you're strong, so you can make it.
Yeah.
Let me see. Deshaun said the system is getting better, but it still needs a lot of work when it comes to fathers. In some states, the mother is automatically the custodial parent.
I have heard that before. I definitely have.
Yeah, there's actually several states that are like that. And, we're in the South, so it's several states that experience some form of that. And that's also given some people who feel like, well, I birthed it, therefore I have automatic right to it. And I don't necessarily agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are some of the things that I kind of want to look more into and find better ways to serve individuals of those populations.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Let me see. Don't let me get started on.
Yeah, there's a lot of damaging narratives when it comes to, fathers, especially single fathers. And I have the pleasure of knowing a lot of phenomenal dads. And Deshaun is one of the guys that, I know that, he is, a single father, and, he definitely doesn't put anything out there. He just is a father. That's all you'll see. You never see any of the other stuff when it comes to him and doing what he's doing with his daughter. And I love that about him. They just put out actually some phenomenal Father's Day photos. I mean, excellent, man, for real. So yeah. So shout out to you, Deshaun, man. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that need work and that need changing for sure.
I definitely agree. And I wish that, yeah. Yes, sir. Absolutely. He said, we know you're going through and appreciate the love, man. We love you.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Let's just go to the next one. Asian and Pacific Islanders got an anti-hate bill. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that I have a bunch of thoughts on it. I think that it was a political move. I also think that there's not necessarily anything wrong with making sure that a minority group of people are protected from acts of violence or, hatred, discrimination, stuff like that. I also understand, though, that with all that being said, that Black people are still waiting for. I mean, there are hate laws in place that have been passed, of course, but a actual bill, an anti-hate bill for Black people. No, there's a lot of people that have been waiting for that, and they have certain feelings about the fact that with the history that this country has, that politicians were very quick and decisive about passing an Asian Pacific Islander anti-hate bill quickly. And, that there wasn't a lot of fuss or anything about it. They passed it and that was that. And so it's got me, I have loaded emotions about it. I always want people to be protected. But as a Black person in America, I think it's one of the obvious questions is, okay, well, what's the holdup with our situation then?
Well, I think that what people don't like to talk about and what needs to be discussed is it probably is easier for an Asian and Pacific Islander to get an anti-hate bill passed because their humanity was never in question.
You're right.
We're still waiting to be respected as humanity.
Yep.
As humans, as humans, before then we can go into the next stage. But how the system is set up in America is not set up to see Black Americans as humans, and we still haven't addressed that issue yet. We're fighting for humanity, then we're fighting for quality of life, whereas the Asian Pacific Islanders were fighting for quality of life because there never was a time when they weren't considered human.
Right. Absolutely.
And I think that that's the part that people miss. And I think that that's what infuriates me, because we can talk about quality of life all day long, but can I be seen as a human?
You're right, bro. Absolutely. Yeah.
Still waiting on my brothers and sisters to get an anti-hate bill. I love to see all other minorities to get the same treatment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Should the younger generation even bother going to college versus learning a trade or six?
Now, this is something that has come up quite often in the past probably several years, because for one, the cost of even getting a bachelor's degree, the cost depending on what school you go to, of course, and if we talk about scholarships and all that, but really just bottom line, the cost of education, college education, has been rising. And student loan debt is one of those things that it stays with you. I looked at all the ins and outs of student loan debt, and the fact that it'll stay with you even when you die. It gets passed on to your family when you die. And so I would never say that someone shouldn't bother with college, because I have a bachelor's degree. I went to college, a couple of colleges actually. And so I think that going to a traditional university can definitely afford an experience that is unparalleled, with the networking, the clubs, of course, like you, Jay, pledging a fraternity or pledging a sorority, and just the connections you can make in college. I think those are some of the things that are what the college experience is all about. I also think, though, that a trade can be better financially and just for your personality and your life path. So I think that it really depends on the kind of person you're talking about and what their goals are. Some people have no desire to really go and socialize or do any of that. They really just want to learn a skill set that they can use to feed themselves, their families, and that can really just get them where they want to be. So I think both things are useful, and I think that really just depends on you as a person and what you want out of what you want, period.
Yeah, I hate when I actually hate questions like this, because trade school is college.
Yeah, basically.
So I mean, if you're saying should we get a degree versus a certification, it depends on the profession. Yeah. Because in some professions you need a certification and you do well. But what is well? Yeah. In some areas, when you have only a certification, you're going to have to go back to school to get additional certifications if you want to progress. And there's some that just require a degree. There's some that require a degree and certification and a licensure. Yeah. So it depends on your professional route. I think that more investment should be done in workforce development and career pathing first. But there are some careers where they're not a clear career path.
Right.
Like, for instance, I was an exec in higher ed. There was no degree I could have taken to say, well, I want to work in a college.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so those type of things are always going to be there, and there's going to be some level of ambiguity. But I think what people have to realize is that, one, anything after high school is considered college or higher learning or post-secondary education, to be honest.
Yeah.
Post-secondary learning is one of those things. And in some places, a degree will get you far. There are some people who've gotten where they wanted to get on a certificate, and then they go back and get a degree. So I think we have to break down that versus thing versus helping people. The argument is not about a degree versus a certificate. It's about what's best for that individual.
Yeah. No, I agree. Absolutely, man. Yeah,
I think some people in the younger generation should go to the military and the minimum time to help. It helped me get both my bachelor's and my master's.
I was there for a lot of that, so I can definitely say. And my mom has actually said the same thing about, especially for younger people who don't know what they want to do. She said, go into the military. I mean, the first contract is usually only 4 years. And then, you re-enlist if you want to. So my mom has said that as well. So that's a good point, Deshaun, bro.
I think our youth should be told that there are other options. The only option once I graduated was a 4-year college. No one told me that it's cheaper to start community college and transfer in.
And that's actually what I did. That's the route that I went. So that's definitely true. That's an option now that more people are discovering, because it is cheaper, and because there are some schools that it costs too much. So if you don't get a scholarship, or if you don't want to take on those high student loan interest rates, you don't really have a lot of options. So I definitely think, She-Hulk is right. Definitely all the options should be discussed. And
but so a lot of times people don't know, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know. Like, a lot of people don't know the difference between a state-supported school and a private school. A lot of people don't know if a community college, and then here's the thing, depending on the state that you're in, it varies.
Yeah.
And also sometimes it's not cheaper to go to the community college, because it does depend on the state college. Because some state colleges, it's like literally neck and neck. And so there's no difference in fees. What people don't understand is, depending on your major, you do have lab fees associated with your major. I call them like the phantom providers, because that's the term we use in healthcare. But there are phantom providers in education, things that you don't think about, like room and board.
Yep.
And then they have room and board, then they have housing on some of them. You like, well, is it room and board the same? They're like, nope, it's not. But you got room and board, you got housing, you got lab fees. Those are usually the ones that jack up price. Is not just tuition.
Yeah.
And so that's the other thing that people got to think about. And so start asking those questions, because some of those things can be waived. And if you don't know of any scholarships, you can ask about scholarships before going even to college, or even while you're at college. Because, like, a good example, I went to my undergrad. One of the scholarships they were giving away was handball. Nobody was really playing handball, so it was money just sitting there. And so if somebody said, oh, I want to take handball, they got a handball scholarship. My stepsister went to South Carolina State, and her thing was bowling. She was like, I needed extra money, and they was like, do bowling. Excuse me. So she got a bowling scholarship.
Wow.
So the thing about it is finding out what works for you, but also educating yourself and admitting your ignorance, admitting that you don't know certain things, and then moving forward in that route.
Yeah, I actually got a youth group that I was a part of. It was a youth group for military kids. I got a scholarship via that. I went to an actual competition and got a scholarship for that. And also my parents, the GI Bill, which I'm very thankful for. So there are a bunch of things that are definitely available. And going back to your point, bro, about depending on the profession, you still may need a college degree and stuff like that. When I was finishing up my bachelor's degree, there was a GM for CarMax that he was in his mid 40s, and he said, "I'm only," and we were talking one day in the class. We were taking some class. I can't remember what it was, but he said, "I'm only here because I need a degree, because I can't go from regional director to like whatever that was on the top unless I have a degree." He was like, I make, 6 figures, I'm regional director, but I can't get this promotion unless I have a degree.
And that's funny, when I was getting my master's, I was in school with a guy who was the director of the anesthesiology department, and he was already making bank, and he had to do the same thing to go to the next level.
Yeah.
So I think it's about having conversations. What I dislike sometimes when we have these conversations, take your personal experience out of the equation.
Right. Take
your personal experience out of the equation, and you got to look at it full circle. Matter of fact, Ricky and I had a conversation about PWIs, predominantly white institutions versus HBCUs, which is historically Black colleges and universities. And we had a deep conversation about it. Like, I'm one who believes that whether it's undergrad or grad, whether it's a certificate or what, I do believe that every Black person should give to a HBCU. The reason why HBCUs are here is the very reason why we still don't have an anti-hate bill.
Yeah.
There has to be a place that can do it. And also there is a difference between state-supported and private HBCUs. I tend to go towards private HBCUs because the overhead is different. Meaning, if you at a private institution and you get an influx of individuals, say for instance, you offer just math at this college, we're gonna make up a college. At J College, you only offer math, but you get an influx of people who are not really good at math and they're really great at English. You have the autonomy to say, oh, we're gonna build an English department without going through all of the red tape. When it's a state-supported school, there are certain mile radiuses of certain degree offerings. So a lot of times you can't offer the same degree or an equivalent in certain areas, especially specialty degrees. You can't offer them in a certain amount of radius because they're all state-supported and it's all going into the same pool.
Yeah.
So those type of things people don't think about. And also have the real tough conversation is maybe your grades are not where they need to be.
Right.
And maybe you're not where you need to be to go to the school of choice, but there may be a better option for you.
Right.
Meaning, Morehouse may not be for everybody. Morehouse is super expensive. So if you didn't have the scholarships going in, you're going to be prepared to be in debt versus going to another college that's a little bit a FISC, for instance. You go to a FISC university or go to Benedict College, whichever college you want to go to, but there are other options out there. It may not be your first choice.
Right.
And I think that a lot of people don't have those conversations about, you know what, I may not be able to get into North Carolina A&T, but I can go to Fayetteville State.
Yeah.
So it's so many different ways you can look at it. And here's the thing, guys, the quality of education is not different. Don't let people tell you, oh, you're going to get a better job. It's not the job, it's the network. And it's your alumni pool. Based on your alumni pool and your network, that determines really how you get a job. Because a lot of times people don't even be looking at your transcripts to see if you're an A student or a D student. They don't care most of the time. They just want to know, is it accredited? And do you have it? And I think that that's really all that matters.
Yeah, shout out to Fayetteville State, the alma mater of our Uncle Marcus, and for Devontae Ragan, aka Thor.
Who else went?
Uncle Marcus and
Uncle Marcus both went there. I didn't know that. I didn't know Uncle Marcus went there. The cost of education needs to be. I think it do need to be fixed.
Yeah, I
agree with you wholeheartedly. A man said in high school they told him to be a cheerleader if he wanted a full scholarship. Should have listened.
Like Jay said, the amount of scholarships they have out there that just sitting out there, it's amazing. I learned about that afterwards, of course, but there's money out there. It's just gotta look for it.
Oh, look, guys, 23andMe. This is one of my cousins I found off of 23andMe.
Oh, what's up, Jay?
And he got a podcast.
Okay.
That's talking about similar things that we talk about.
Gotta check it out.
And he go by Jay.
Yep, gotta check it out.
We're cousins. So he said food vouchers, some charge for insurance, even if I have my own plan. Now that is true. And you know, the other thing is they will trick you into thinking that you need rental insurance when you are a minor of your family's home and it's already under your homeowner's insurance. So you don't need rental insurance when you are a dependent of your household because all of that is covered. And that's another expense that they try to get you on.
Wow. Hey, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry. She said that's true. I don't know what was true.
I don't know.
Deshaun said, to be honest, I thought all HBCUs were private versus state funded. No, there are some private and there are some state funded HBCUs. Like for instance, in the state of South Carolina, just two I know off the top because me and my wife went to them. I went to Benedict College, which is a private HBCU, and my wife went to South Carolina State University, which is a state funded university, and it's public. Or Fayetteville Tech. Fayetteville Tech was a great school. Yes, ma'am. I actually had a better education at an HBCU than I did at NC State. And yeah, where you get a degree doesn't matter at the end, to be honest.
I'll definitely agree with that because I have an associate's from Guam Community College and I have a 4-year degree from University of Phoenix. And no one has ever asked me or tried to really differentiate how the validity of my degree versus someone that went to a more prestigious school. It checks the box. Do you have a degree? Oh, yep, there you go. It passes the filter for human resources.
Yep. That was interesting. That conversation went by. So let's go to this one. Where is the line between working to show you are a great asset, but oh no, that's above my pay grade? Why I felt everything in that sentence.
So I think that almost everyone, especially people in corporate America, go through this. And when I was younger, I had a different mindset about that. I wanted to just, show that I could do all this stuff and make myself look good and, just be, so it looks good to management. But now, actually for the past several years, I will say that, there are in the corporate sector, especially, and I'm speaking over that because that's the area that I'm in, that there are managers, upper management, middle management, whatever, management period, that count on people doing things to be seen, so they want to be recognized and stuff like that. And they will get as much work out of you as they can. And, they'll give you, they may even give you words of, appreciation and stuff like that and say, we like that you're taking on responsibility, it looks good, this and that, but it's not within your job description. And I think that the line is, there's nothing, you get paid to do the job that you and your employer agreed that you would do. Excuse me. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying or even thinking that, hey, this is outside of my job description. This is not what I'm paid to do. I think that people kind of get railroaded sometimes with management who want them to basically be in work for achievements rather than work for the money that they're paid to do for their particular job. You don't work to go over and beyond the job to do someone else's job. You do your job. That's the job you're paid to do. I'm not coming to work to do someone else's job or two people's job. I'm coming to work to do my job.
I agree. Now I would throw the pay grade out because the pay grade is irrelevant because sometimes you can be a subordinate and get paid more than your manager.
Right.
So that's all relative out. I just did a Cordell. So what I am anti managing up. I don't believe that theory. That is something that they taught us early on about management styles. Like you got to teach your manager how to be the right manager for you, when really that's an excuse for a manager not taking initiative to be a manager.
Right.
I do believe that you should also set healthy boundaries. And I don't think you need to say things like that's not my pay grade, but I do believe here's one of my go-to phrases. What are your thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, Jay, can you do that for me? Well, what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
Because when you flip it back on them, it's for them to think about. Now, I don't mind giving ideas, but I'm not going to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the part. And I can tell you a lot of us have been forced to believe that really modern slavery is good initiative and showing that you are a good worker. Like, ooh, show them that you would do it and you work hard. I ain't got to work hard for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to go above and beyond. I need to do the standard.
Mm-hmm.
And long as I perform well at the standard, that's what it is. And see, some people are like, oh, well, when they do above and beyond, and because they have different assessments, Well, that's when you go to your manager and say, what do you consider as above and beyond? Mm-hmm. Because you'll find that most of the time you just doing your job mm-hmm. is above and beyond, because there are a lot of mediocre people. Yep. I believe in flipping it back on the manager and telling me, like, and then you have every right to say, I need for you to give me measurable outcomes so I will know how to perform. Yep. So it won't be any ambiguity when it comes time for performance review. Yep. When it comes time for all of these things, I will know exactly what it is. Because my counter will be, how can I be measured on something I didn't understand when I came to you repeatedly about this? Yep. And always follow up with an email. Yep. Even if it's a casual conversation in the hallway, like the manager say, hey, I want to know if you can work 15 minutes late today. Send an email and say, hey, Cordell, I just want to confirm, you still want me to work 15 minutes late? Mm-hmm. Say that. So how are we going to adjust our time if you're not awarding overtime? Mm-hmm. Put it in an email. Don't have those sidebar conversations. That is when it always mess you up. Document everything. And if you make documentation part of your culture, it will never feel like, oh, I feel like I'm no. Always do it and blind copy your personal email. Yeah. Let me see.
Hey, that's a hack, man. Blind copy your personal email. That's a work hack. I like that, bro. I like that.
Let me see. Sharon said, I encourage students to go to a 2-year university and get a trade. People who graduate with a trade can make more money than people. Yeah, we had a whole conversation about that. Mm-hmm. I think we need to have more career readiness because people can make more money, but if they don't like their job, they ain't gonna make that money. So I think we need to do more career matching, and that's why people like Lenora.
Hey, Lenora.
Yeah, because she's not only a resume writer, but she helps in the career field, help people, find their perfect path. Yep. It's okay that you're late. We know you're busy. Yep. Sometimes going above and beyond is seen as a threat to those above you. So I feel it can be a scenario of darn if you do, darn if you don't.
Yeah,
don't let those jobs, pimp you for free. If you aren't getting anything out of doing extra, then it's a pass. Most of the time, the extra work you do gets someone else recognition.
I.e., your direct manager, and they not going to credit you at all.
It's all a game in corporate America. Each company has its own culture, and the quicker you learn it and learn to navigate, the quicker you understand what extra effort leads to higher success and the effort that aren't worth it. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I agree.
Yep, I agree, man. That's a good point, bro.
I agree, Rashia. I have been there before.
Yeah.
Right, Jay? Some of us go above and beyond and they don't care. But they recognize those who are below. Yeah.
There are some managers who I worked at UNC Chapel Hill, and my manager's manager said, one of the things I'll never forget, she said, it's my job as a manager to prepare you for the next level. He said, if I don't do that, I'm a poor manager. And that has stuck with me basically ever since. And so there are some managers who really have their job and they want to keep things steady enough so that they don't have any more work to do than they need to do. And that's their whole job. They don't want to prepare anyone for greatness, prepare anyone for the next level. And if it means that you do extra work and they get the credit for it, okay, that's how they go about it. But they're not going to prepare you for anything else.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Other than just being a good worker.
And then it's like always, I'm going to tell you, it's some of the things that I've learned along the way. Mm-hmm. Like one of them is instead of waiting for your manager to review you, you review your manager in a way. Let me explain. You know the performance review is coming up. Yep. So instead of waiting to performance review, randomly just ask them, how do you rate my performance? Mm-hmm. It always catch them off guard because when it leads up to it, remember, document this. Say this saved me a lot of times. So when I get to a performance review and the performance review is not where I think it should be, I say, it's amazing that, for instance, one of them is like showing initiative or something like that. And I say, it's amazing that you rated me on showing initiative when I came to you on blah, 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 blah dates. And I asked you, how would you rate my performance and what do you see? What happened between these dates to now if we looking at a whole 6 months back and I came to you sporadically. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So how can you help me perform, or how can you help me understand that this and this are the same?
Yeah.
Was I misled?
Mm-hmm.
And so those are the type of things that I use, and I document. I always document. That's one of the things you talk about. University of Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
University of Phoenix is probably one of the best organizations I've ever worked for that prepared leaders, prepared staff to do their job, and they taught a lot about compliance.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a habit, like in University of Phoenix, to document what has happened, to send emails as a form of communication. It's not blasting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not any of that. It is all of that. So when something happens, everybody is already in the know,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing really catches you by surprise.
I like that.
Hey, Tara.
Hey, Tara, what's going on, sis?
Half of those companies don't have concrete, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're based on subjective views.
Yep.
Create a paper check, right, and document everything.
Yep. Protect yourself.
You told them the secret. Oh, bro, I got so many secrets.
They got the work hacks.
They got so many secrets. Hey,
Chanel.
Documentation is essential to follow. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jobs now add in the description and other duties as assigned.
They do that. They do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And one of your interview questions should be, I noticed that you said other duties assigned. So what other things that are not listed do you find a person in this role typically doing?
Right. Exactly. Yep. Don't get caught don't get hit with the okie doke.
Look, my wife's mine. I'm a firm believer of risk.
Hey, sis.
Well, right. Hey, what's going on,
what's
bro?
Up, Roderick, man?
Cordell, VP used to say the same thing to me.
Yeah.
I don't like working for managers. I always try to work for a leader who has a manager role.
Oh.
It's good that you say that, because in early leadership, there was a difference between managers and administrators.
Mm-hmm.
Managers used to be people-led, people-oriented, and then administrators are business-oriented. And what they started doing was switching the titles. And you have some people that suck at management and are amazing at administration.
Right.
And that's another thing that you have to realize. Like, I was by my subordinates told that I was a great manager, but I actually hated management.
Yeah.
I liked administration, meaning I like to see how things worked.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to manage the nuances and the fluidity of humanity. I just didn't like that. I don't like it. My dog's sick, my cat's sick, my kid's sick. What you think I should do? What you think you should do? Like, they used to bother me. This like about, I done been in a wreck. My kid's sick. My dog just died. Do you think I should take time off? And I'm like, do you think you should take time off?
Yeah, no, bro. I understand.
I don't want the business to fail. Do you honestly think the business gonna fail if you take a day off?
Yeah. So
it's like those type of things. And I always flip it back on, what do you think?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Sherry said, as a supervisor myself, I've had to learn that everyone under me are different and have different personalities. I deal with everyone differently, but equally. I definitely communicate via email, but I also have monthly supervision with my people to address their weaknesses and strengths.
That's really dope. I think that's great.
Misha say preach, but I don't know.
Hey, Misha, don't know what you're talking about.
Also, not everyone is meant to lead or manage.
Now that's a word right there.
Melissa, hey Melissa.
Hey Melissa.
She said, I think you should do your best and document everything. Be your own cheerleader.
Absolutely.
Leaders lead, managers manage. There's a difference.
What's up, Harold?
What's up, bro? This is great. Thank you, Misha.
You're right, Misha. He is.
But I don't mean I like it. But I know. But you know what, though? And this is one of the things. I think, honestly, we're taught as leaders that you're supposed to know everything, and that's not what makes you a good leader.
Right.
Saying you don't know saves you out of a lot of stuff, because there have been times people under me was like, Jay, what are you? I don't know. I got to figure it out with you.
No, Jay, that one thing you had told me before that really stuck with me, and I don't not really think I'm a manager person either. I just like to just do what I do and just whatever. But one thing you told me, man, was that as a leader, the people that you have under you or that are working with you are your blind spots. And I thought that was so dope, because leaders may know how to do a lot of stuff, or maybe they may even know how to do everything, but that may not be their field of expertise. So the people that they have working with them / under them are the subject matter experts who they have for a reason.
Yeah. Like, that's why I don't doubt, if you ever think about like a secretary or an admin, that's literally what a manager is a coordinator of talents.
Yeah.
And they're just a person at a higher level that is coordinating all of these talents to get things done. But I believe to run something so well that even if you're missing, the people wouldn't know. Like, one of the things when I was over a contact center, every time the owner would come in, he was like, well, who's the manager?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need that. I want them to not know who the manager is, because things are running tight. And so if I'm gone, it can go to the next level. And the funny thing is how true that was. When I got the next promotion, the manager that came under me, who took that former position, didn't do a good job with that. And the house started to fold. Mm-hmm. Because when you manage people who are interdependent, so they've already mastered independency. Mm-hmm. The manager's responsibility is to come into a space and learn company culture. Mm-hmm. Like what Ahmed said, for the first the first 90 days, a manager should be assessing the company culture, figuring out what works and what don't work. Mm-hmm. Don't come in there with your old ideas like, oh, this is what we used to do at, it ain't that place. This is a new place with its own culture. And that manager, I told him, I was like, listen, they can do their own job. By holding them accountable is by not saying anything and saying, what do y'all think? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But that person didn't do that. And guess what happened? It started to fold, because when you take a organization that is working interdependently and you try to make them codependent, now you have taken out the value of what they do. Right. People don't take jobs because of money. People take jobs where they feel like they belong and they feel valued. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people that are teachers. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That is a not high-paid position. That is a value-based position. Absolutely. And it's what they're getting out of it personally that drives them to do things. Yeah. And people miss that. And that's another thing. That's actually how Love is a Parable started. People used to always wonder why my enrollments were so high, mm-hmm. why my retention was so high, why my matrix was so high, why everybody who was connected to me always performed well. It was value-based. Mm-hmm. In healthcare, the same thing. Why I never have any problems with my clients, why I don't go back and forth with them like that, because it's a value-based approach. Literally did everything that made me successful, and I put it into this organization. And that's why I know things will work, because this is 22 years of doing this thing and know that it works. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sherry. It was so great to see Sherry and Lenora. Yeah. Didn't they sound like a whole choir? It was two of them.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
They said, come on in the room. They said, we're going to take it back and we're going to do come on in the room. Management equals empowerment. Managers should empower the team to manage themselves.
Absolutely.
That's a full word.
Yep.
See, that's a full word. Mm-hmm. You know, that came out the Bible. What's going on, Rick?
What's up, Rick, man?
I've learned to always cover your Mm-hmm. I like that. Whichever you prefer. Yes, Misha, prefer amen, amen. It really is. I'm always open to new ideas. And if my people bring new ideas to me, and if it is in my power to make change, I will implement if I can. Mm-hmm. Companies also have to put yes men in manager positions.
They sure do sometimes.
Well, you gotta know when to do it. Mm-hmm. Gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to walk away. A leader or management will come in and implement their own initiatives. We have to brace change regardless of how we feel. It's the nature of the beast. Not necessarily, though. Mm-hmm. An effective manager will come in with their own initiatives, but if they don't embrace company culture, they will start this hiring spiral mm-hmm. where it seems like they can't get any people are not staying. And it's not about embracing change, but sometimes when people are a disruption to the flow, a lot of people will start taking time. It's costs more money in hiring, training, and development than anything else than retention. So if a manager comes in not understanding the company culture and doing their own ideas, they will, from an HR perspective, say it falls under personality types or personality conflict, and that will save the manager. But at the end of the day, the performance of that area will go down if they haven't taken the time to assess the company culture.
Okay.
I'm not shutting up. Yes, you are right, Dwayne. You will have a high turnover, and that's usually when they like. For the 5 years that I was an exec, that's what I had to do, was come in and tell people, like, this is the problem.
Yeah.
You sit back and observe, and it'll tell you. And the true managers are never in leadership positions. The true managers, the true ones who will implement change, are never in management positions. They are the ones that can get people motivated or demotivated. You got to know how to use them individuals on your team. I'm just tired of companies hiring people for manager roles. We have no desire to do so, no desire to learn to be what employees need. I agree.
Rick said something too.
Rick said you have to have collective input in any team or workplace.
I do believe that.
I agree wholeheartedly. Bro, how that time went by so fast.
Man, we don't get the people no extra.
And it was just us.
Mm-hmm.
It was just us, brother.
Man, you got passionate on that.
It was your mouth.
Whoa. I think it was the comments.
It was your mouth. Okay, so let's just do this. We can go out with this one.
Okay.
Looking fit and being fit being two completely different things.
Absolutely. Just because there are, she said we can extend this. We gotta go through the comments, but I see that.
Oh, hold on. Before you say anything. Bro said, I agree with you, but seeing this happen too many times, I agree a managing a leader should learn to come to culture, but that does not always happen. I agree, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true, because I'm one of them, period. Yes, I'm tooting my own horn. I'm a leader in a management role. Well, actually, you are in a management role because you are the CEO of Lenora Whores by Lenora Lassiter.
Yep, that's right.
And you got a COO that's on here commenting, actually, right now. People don't take time to train people correctly. New employees are thrown into jobs and assume they should know the job.
Yep, company culture and how things are done at the company are totally different from just the job mechanics. So, yeah.
Matter of fact, because I'm doing contract work in healthcare, and I was telling them that there's a lot of stuff ambiguous. And so by telling them that, I had like managers and everybody calling me to I want you to be okay. And I'm like, it's not about me being okay. It's about the collective team being okay.
Right.
And saying that this is how things have always been don't fly with me.
Yep.
If you have what you have, go for it. If you know that things can be better, make things better.
Yep.
And I'm one of the people that Jay is going to advocate for Jay, and Jay is going to advocate for what's right. So I don't need a manager to tell me, like, I have high intrinsic value. So I don't need you to tell me I did a good job. I know I did a good job. I just need to know what you determine a good job is. Because even if you have a different level of success of what you decide is a good job or not, that still ain't going to change me from thinking I did a good job. Now I'll just know that when I'm doing a good job, you may not think it's a good job, but I'm still going to think I'm doing a good job.
Right.
So I'll be able to expect it. I just need to know how you think. That doesn't mean I care about how you think.
Y'all gonna accept the episode. It's a fun episode. Hey, y'all.
I said you the COO, girl. See? I am the COO. I said that.
Oh.
The viewers are here and we want to talk tonight. Because I'm going to be getting off of this thing. I ain't fooling with y'all. Yeah, so you're talking about looking fit and being fit are two different things.
Absolutely. Because, of course, being fit. And,
fat, skinny. Go ahead.
Being fit and working out, all that stuff is about the aesthetic for quite a few people. But what people often don't talk about is sometimes with the look, there are certain people who just hit the genetic lottery. They can eat whatever they want. Take, for instance, Devontae Ragland, our AKA Thor, resident fitness expert, whatnot. He has 3 stomachs. I say it all the time. This dude eats literally everything. He's a human vacuum. And he never seems to gain any weight.
So he's an alien. Got it.
Yeah. So he never seems to gain any weight.
Well, he is Thor of Ragnarok.
Yeah, and no, don't get me wrong. He works out a lot. So I'm not even gonna take that away from him. But I will say that some people are just gifted with good genetics. And so no matter what they do, even if they don't do anything, they will look a certain way.
Slim genetics. Because I was hit with good looking genetics.
Yes, you were. So,
but I got the fat too.
I'm
fat and highly fat.
However you want to say it, slim, lean. There's certain people who can do nothing and they'll look like they work out at least semi-regularly, and they just have good genetics. But you ask them to run a mile at a decent time or at even just whatever time, and they halfway through they're about to die because they're not fit. So being fit and looking fit are two different things, because one is you put in the work and the other one is you have the aesthetic.
Well, I'm going to take it a step further. There's a difference between looking fit, being fit, and also being healthy.
Correct.
And looking healthy.
Correct.
Because we assume just because a person is fit that they are healthy. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people with muscles with high blood pressure
who eat fast food every day and eat the fattiest, nastiest stuff, eat junk food all the time.
And all arteries are clogged. I mean, every last artery they got is clogged. But when you look at them, you like, this is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that kind of like college,
mm-hmm.
you need to figure out what it is that you're trying to achieve. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm just trying to look good because I'm going to grow my hair. And I have a whole image that I'm going for. Mm-hmm. Health and fit, they're not high for me. It's the looks for me.
Now, I don't know.
If it's a bonus, like if being fit and healthy is a bonus, I'm going to take that. But I'm telling you now, I'm going because in my mind, I have a whole new wardrobe change.
Well, and that's the thing, too. I think when it comes to working out and being fit and all that, people want to not say it's for aesthetics because, no, I'm doing this because I want to be healthy and I want to live long. It's also because you want to look a certain way. I do not go into the gym 4 to 5 days a week or work out, whatever, to just be healthy. Now that is the main goal.
It's the pound cake.
But I want to, I like sweet bread. But there's a certain way that I want to look when I have my clothes on, or when I have, certain clothing that's not there. There's certain ways that I want to look.
So you mean clothes off?
No,
that's something I want to look with clothes on, and with clothes not there.
Certain clothes. I said certain clothes. Like if I'm at the beach,
not there.
Certain, if I'm at the beach, I ain't gonna have no shirt on. You know what I'm saying?
But that's clothes not there.
Certain clothes not there. No, but people just people front like they don't, like, you want to look good in your clothes or when you posing or whatever. That's one reason that you work out, because you want to look good. People want to say, no, it's just about me being healthy. I want to be for my kids. No, you want to look good too. I go to the gym because, I want to be healthy. I want to live a long time. I want to be there for my family. But
I don't know if I want to live a long time. I just want to look good.
Well, I want to look good.
Nobody want to be here on Earth like 125 years with these same people.
I don't want to live that. I mean,
can you imagine living 115 years being oppressed? I want to go on to glory.
But it's the look is a part of it. You want to look good. You want people to say, "Ooh, you work out," or "Ooh, you look good," or "What you doing?" Because I need to do what you're doing. People want that, but they don't want to admit it. No, just go ahead and admit it. You want to look good too.
Well, I don't do it for what other people think either. I don't want people to compliment me either.
Well, I'm just saying, but it's.
No, I'm just saying. No, you were saying that. No, it's not nice to hear you. I don't care. No, when you were saying, I was sitting there thinking like, no, it's just me. Like, I would, like Lenore said, I would toot my own good look horn. My good looking horn, I would toot myself, and I post my own selfies and my own pictures. And if you, my friend, you're gonna be taking selfies and pictures too.
Yeah, I just my point is saying that was people want to look good. That's one of the reasons we work out, and just admit it. You want to look good. That's it.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree, and I might go under the knife so I can look good faster.
Hey,
Leaders should have some type of training as well based on your leadership style. There are some leaders who just can't lead people.
Yeah.
I agree 1,000%. Hey, Latasco.
What's up, Latasco?
I don't know why Facebook.
Because you have. Yeah, never mind. We ain't even gonna go into that.
Oh, Rick.
Hey, Kim.
I don't know what that meant,
Kim.
Yeah, we will eat now. And I'm going to tell her the latest snacks. Like, oh, I got him on the cookie butter too, Misha.
Yeah, I'm with it. I got some in my pantry right now.
Cookie butter save your life.
It's good.
It's a good crave. And I'm about to start back getting serious. Cookie butter going to be my friend again. It is my friend. Y'all want to look good naked. Y'all eat.
I'm not going to deny that. I do.
Yeah. Well, and I want my wife to be like, her.
He's right.
I do. I'm like, her.
He's right. He's really right.
Y'all gotta change y'all. How y'all intersect.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is perfect. It's perfect. I don't care what you're talking about.
It is the pound cake that keep you in the gym.
See, babe, why you switching sides on me?
Because truth is petty.
Blood in, blood out. You know how this goes. Why you switching sides on me?
You in the game? I told you, you're just aggressive. What is wrong with you? Hulk? Hogan? I like my wings. Earth is ghetto. Let me see. Lenore said, period, Cordell Gibson, I want to be healthy and look good.
That's right.
I want to look good and be healthy.
Hey,
in that order. Let me see. Jay take pictures like light-skinned person. You know what? I'm gonna say this. Look at my eyes. You see these eyes? They don't get big. And when I smile, look. So I'm forcing them to be open, and y'all calling it a squint. See? The devil. See? I'm glad you watched it too.
For sure.
What's cookie butter? It is the residue of the manna from heaven that they have put in jars. Walmart has them. Trader Joe's has them. Harris Teeter has them. Wegmans has them. All of the grocery stores have them. And it is something that you will love. You don't even need a cookie to put on it, just a spoon. A spoon is your friend when it comes to cookie butter. That's my endorsement. More the sun is out. No. See, healthy-ish.
Yeah.
Sherry, go to Trader Joe's and they will hook you up with the cookie butter. Ooh, the crunchy cookie butter good too. Make a new shirt for healthy. That love is healthy. Maybe. I'm tired of making shirts. So y'all eating lard?
Lard? Who eating lard?
Who eating lard? Trader Joe's has the best part. They even made a cookie butter cheesecake in the frozen apple.
I haven't been to Trader Joe's in I don't know how many years.
Wants to look good and eat his right.
And that's actually possible. Just depends on how much work you want to put in.
Depends on, you got to know thyself too. Know thyself and your heredity. Like, I come from a long line of fat people on my daddy's side. My mama's side, they're all slim. I'm the only fat brother. I just realized this. I've been marginalized, oppressed, discriminated against.
Yeah, but there definitely is a difference.
But I'm the best looking sibling.
Ooh, that's a good title to have.
I'm just saying. I be fat before I be ugly.
Yeah, as we say, we've never been ugly. Never that. Never been ugly.
Y'all better look, it's time for us to go. We done stayed 8 minutes over. This has been a great show. I'm going to change it up. And I'm going to tell you, brother, it has been a pleasure working with you. You are an amazing brother. You are an amazing friend. I thank you for coming into my life those many moons ago, late. Not even invited to the event, uninvited and late. So I thank you for doing that, because it shows you how life will give you those beautiful interruptions known as blessings. And you have been such a blessing in my life. in my kids' life, my wife's life. You're always a pleasure to be around. Even when we argue, that junk is funny. I just thank you for being the type of person you are, and also your growth. Just to think you had all of this hidden away, buried away, and you was coming across as a stuttering, shy person. And now the Hulk is loose. And I just love everything about you. And I'm just fortunate that I had the opportunity to experience this side of you. But equally, I feel sorry for the people who counted you out and didn't even see your greatness. Because, boy, they're going to feel like you switched up. But you didn't switch up. You just became. You uncovered who you always were, and you are a great person. And I just thank you for being my brother. Thank you for being my best friend. Thank you for being a brother to my wife. Thank you for being an uncle, an amazing uncle to my kids, man. And I just thank you for everything. I love you, man.
Man, I love you too, bro. And I guess I'll go out and read these comments.
Oh, what is 8 minutes? Time to get off. We ready for this break. It's like we excited. At first, it was like, do we want to do it? Now we like, yes.
Yeah.
The whole month. I need to look at my parents' sizes to see what my future look like. Well, you done stole your mama face, so you already know.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the brothers who look good when their clothes aren't there. Well, I ain't one of them. I'm thankful for. Aw.
Love you, boo.
Oh, babe, you're amazing. I know sis act like we went 8 hours over Father help us tonight. He didn't even switch up. He came up.
No, that's
right.
No, that's true. But now, as I say every week, bro, man, like, yo, you are. I call you. I guess your new name after we put that one those pictures out of us last week. You're really the bright light, bro. Like, you came and bulldozed my life and really just helped, like, literally like paving a new street. You got all that. You helped me get all that old gunk out and uncover the new / organic me that was always there. So, man, I say it, and it's not even a joke. I don't know where I would be in life as a person or anything if you were not here, man. I really don't, bro. Like, all of this that's taking place in my life, all the blessings that I received, all this took place after meeting you, being connected to you, and really just, uncovering myself. You even helped me get in touch with my spiritual side, something that I never thought I would do.
Blessings on top of blessings.
Now I'm talking about scripture and reading the Bible.
Have you started reading it, by the way?
Not yet.
Rashid, get on him.
So
he can't build a house if that foundation ain't set.
You're right. And so, it's yeah, exactly. He, you know what I'm saying? He awoke the small sleeping giant.
The Greene monster.
So yeah, bro, like, this right here is, I mean, man, this has been such a blessing for me because it has allowed me to be connected to you and being part of the organization and doing brother empowerment has allowed me to do what I always want to do, which is be a part of the community, help the community, and be a safe space for people like me who didn't know that safe spaces were available. So, man, like, saying I love you would just be an understatement. I don't.
Oh, you stole my word. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, man, but I'm gonna use it for now because it's what I got. Like, bro, I love you, man. It's like, and I'm glad that I have you in my life, man, because I don't know what it'd be like without you, and I don't want to know. And you're in my life, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah, and I will also say, bro, because you were in position, it forced me to get in position so that we both could be in position to receive some great people. Like, I don't know, like, Ricky is another welcome interruption.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a year this month that he's been in my life. But let me clarify. Come next June, it'll be 2 years that he's been in my life. But I feel like I've known him forever.
Right. Same here.
The same thing with Ahmed. It's like these welcome interruptions just came out of nowhere. And I know that I wouldn't be in position to received them had you and I never connected and became friends.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I was just thinking about this today as I was cleaning up the house and I changed around the room. It's not that we cut people off, we release them.
Yep.
So sometimes people feel like, oh, I've been cut off. You have not been cut off. You've been released to find your flock, released to find your tribe, released to find people who can better serve whatever needs you have better than I can. Mm-hmm. And I realized that there was a friendship misalignment with a lot of people that I found myself close to or assumed that I was close to. But what I was close to was position and title and length of time.
Yeah.
And, you know, people like you came along and said, it doesn't matter about the time.
Yep.
Family is family, and it's okay to be okay with letting people go, but also letting the good people in.
Yep.
Like, it's like making room, clean out your closet, get rid of all of that stuff. And like I always say, some people will put you through some doo-doo, but that is fertilizer for those fresh seeds to come forth. And I'm so grateful for the people that are in our lives right now. Also, guys, we're going to need you guys' help. What I'm about to do now is share with you guys the donate link, which is in the comment section. Share that link with people that may be interested in giving to Love is a Parable, because when we come back in August, it's so many things that we want to do, and there's so many things that we have to do. And so we're going to be strategizing. So some of you people who are great with strategy, great with implementation, we're going to be partnering with you guys to make sure that you guys are helping us and are part of that positive change. So don't be surprised if you get phone calls and private meetings and things like that, because we really want to hit the ground running and do some powerful things in August. For those who are looking for something local to really get involved with, Lenore Pours is actually hosting her annual Sister Pour Into Me event, July 31st. Make sure you go over to LenoreLassiter.com to find out more information about that, or look at Lenore Pours on all social media platforms to get engaged, because it's always something. And guys, just because it says Sister Pour Into Me, don't think that you can't get poured into too. Yep. We've been in attendance, and it actually has been great. Amazing. And I'm so grateful for the opportunities that they have. So do you have anything else?
Nah, bro. Catch us season 3, because we got a lot of stuff in store, and we appreciate everybody for really just tuning in, supporting us, and really just engaging with us, because this is one of the things. This is an arm of the organization, but this is really what we all about, is connecting and being community people. Like, we're people that are for the people.
Yep. And we thank every last one of you all who have been sticking with us.
Yeah.
We appreciate everything that you guys have been doing. He's about a new character reveal. Oh, E, I'm gonna send you a link. It's a singing group, right? And one of the girls look just like Chanel and E combined. I'm like, this how y'all daughter gonna look. So I'm gonna send it to you too. And I don't want to hear no jump. But guys, thank you for being such a part of our lives. Elijah's another one who came out of nowhere.
Yeah, man. Nah, he really just.
That's my brother.
Nah, he's my brother too, and he's
my brother.
He's our brother. Don't be selfish.
You selfish?
You selfish.
I will push you out this chair.
And I get up. But no, but really, he actually spoke. We had a conversation several months ago, but he actually, not too many people know this besides bro and he himself, he actually spoke about my booski herself, Rashia, before I even knew what that was going to turn into. He actually spoke about that.
You didn't get him no offering.
And I sure did. Bro,
send him a cash app.
Yo, I got something for you, bro. I don't know what it is, but I got something. But no, he tapped into the spiritual realm and really just spoke about that and really just said what it was before he even met her, knew her, and everything. And that's one of the things that being connected to you, bro, has allowed me to do, is be connected to people that are really for me. You know what I mean? We, went around in a circle, but I know that every time I talk to my brother, I know that he is for me. And that's really all I have wanted in life, is people that are for me, because that's what I want. That's what I am to other people. Is that if I'm for you, I'm for you. So shout out to the brother E, man, and Chanel too. Shout out to you.
So we're gonna be spending time together when doing our break. I'm so excited. Well, like we tell y'all, if you feel like there's nobody else in this world that really cares about you or love you, you just met two people that do. Mm-hmm. Don't tune in next week because we ain't gonna be here.
Yeah, don't be mad at us because you're gonna be here by yourself. There's gonna be no link. There's gonna be no tags, no nothing.
But you can catch a lot of those replays and some of those videos that y'all missed, so you can go back and watch them. We won't be back until
August the 5th.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be back to August the 5th, and that is great because that will be exactly 3 months before my birthday, and 3 days after your birthday.
Yes. Oh man, and the numerology is crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm. What a fellowship.
Yeah. So we definitely love y'all, and we can't wait for y'all to see what we have in store with the new content. Y'all gonna love it. For real.
She's talking about Kate will be doing her thing. Sign saying over.
Yeah, we gonna be on everybody else's stuff. We're gonna be brother empowerment on everybody else's stuff. Lenora Pours, talks with Tam. We're gonna be on everybody's stuff. Don't worry, we support.
We ready. All right, we love y'all. Good night, everybody.
No matter what they say, we good over this way. This positivity in the